Yo guys, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. I'm AidanMCJ. Today's video is before I got rid of the Mondeo. Now, this is a two-part little video. There's going to be two parts to the video, but in one video. Confusion, I know. So, the first part is going to be us fitting the exhaust, taking the old one off and fitting the new one supplied by DK Tuning. That came off a customer car. I didn't want it anymore, so we were given that. Didn't exactly go to plan. We got halfway through and then couldn't get a bolt off, so that rounded off. That was one thing that made us want to get rid of the Mondeo. And then part two of the video is going to be the BC Coilovers, and I'll let that show you exactly what happened with that. Basically, we got to do two of them. We fitted two of them, and then the third one went basically through the top of the body of the car, unfortunately. So obviously we then got the car back together, took the BCs off, sold them, and then obviously scrapped the car. Unfortunately, that's the end of the Mondeo. But this is the video to show you that we didn't give up right then. We did do two more videos, but we got halfway through both of them. They were in the making to be completed as well, so that was just unfortunate. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy both parts of the video. Yo guys, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. I'm AidanMCJ, and today's video is the third installment of what we're doing to the Mondeo track car. So, it's been stripped, we put the K&N on it, and now it is time to get that back box off. So, as you can see behind us, Jack is just jacking up the car now because we're struggling to get it on the ramps under its own steam. So what we're thinking of doing is obviously jacking it up on each side, trying to get it onto the ramp so that we can then drive it back. It's an interesting thing, so hopefully it's going to make it a little bit louder, a little bit raspier. And tomorrow, but in the same video, we'll be sticking another pipe onto the back of it, just because it'll look a little bit better than just some bit of pipe underneath the car or something. Hopefully it's going to sound a little bit better, so let's get on with it. Right, so we failed majorly with the ramps, to be honest. The car won't go up, it just keeps sliding along because Jack's driveway is quite slippy. It's not really meant for cars to be driven onto ramps. They were kind of going with the more, you know, decor look. So we're going to put it on the good old axle stands, just as safe to be fair. And then we're going to start cutting at the exhaust Mondeo. So while we're underneath the car, we're looking at cutting it just before the back box so that we can get a straight bit of pipe and then just literally just stick it on with a clamp. And then it'll just stick out the back with a tiny little bend in it. Probably not going to make a massive difference with just this one little box, but you know, we can maybe res delete it. So to get the back box off, guys, obviously we're using the grinder to get through the pipe, and then there will be a hanger, exhaust hanger with a rubber on as well to take off. Probably not going to bother with just axing the hanger. We'll just slide the back box off the rubber, and then when it's off we shall start it up without the pipe, because that's what we do. And that is one back box out of the car, and now we're going to start it up and see what it sounds like. So there you go, it sounds loads louder and quite a bit better, very raspy as well, which is probably what mine will sound like if it was de-backboxed. But now we're going to wait until tomorrow to come back and put the new pipe on. Basically it's going to be just straight out the backs from where the back box would have been, 2-inch straight out. So we're going to go get that from the neighbours tomorrow, and then we're going to stick it on. So as you can see, guys, we have a new pretty much straight pipe to go in the Mondeo. donated from DK Tuning, kindly. This is gonna be loud. Okay, so after the disaster of trying to use these ramps to get the car up in the air, well, let's just say I almost lost a leg because it shot them all the way over here. Even though we put like big batteries and stuff behind it, the car was the eventual winner. So we're gonna have to jack it up and put it on axle stands again. So yeah, it's starting off good. So the difference between these two pipes, obviously we'll put both of them together in a minute, but obviously this one's got a back box. We cut the back box off the other one on the actual car, but on the actual car we have two reses, and this is actually like straight through to the back box. So we'll still have a cat in it, but it'll basically be free straight through from the cat back basically. So yeah, it's going to be quite a bit louder, I reckon.
So as you can see underneath the car, guys, sorry for the poor lighting, there isn't much light under here. We've got the one bolt out, or Jack has. Having a little bit of jip on the second one where the ratchet is. Doesn't really want to let go, trying to smash it to pieces and stuff, or at least get it to at least snap, because we've got different bolts on the new ones, but it doesn't want to have any of it, to be honest. So we're trying to find some other solution to getting it off. So as you can see, guys, this is a little bit of a bastard. I'm not gonna lie, loads of WD-40 is being used, and Jack has had to give me a little bit of wrapping so I can actually get under the car with my shirt on. Yeah, it's a little bit of a... Oh, I'm making poo noises and everything. Oh my god, so bad. Oh, I could go to sleep here though. Oh, it's just, the problem is we have no space because we couldn't get on the ramps because the ramps are shizer. And we haven't got that much leverage. That's the only problem. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know whether it moved or my shoulder just broke or something. Yeah. I don't think it's moving. Oh, it's so hot up under here. So I'm going to take a nap and then we'll get back to you.
As you can see, guys, we rounded off the bolts and couldn't get it off at all. The exhaust was just stuck on, so rusty and stuff, so we left it. The next part is going to be fitting the coilies. Yo guys, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel. I'm AidanMCJ. In today's video, we're doing something very exciting to the Mondeo, aren't we?
We're lowering it.
It's going to be very good.
Hopefully.
We're lowering it, but don't tell them. Well, actually, we can tell them now because they've already seen the title. So yeah, we're putting BC Coilovers on the Mondeo, the Gramps mobile. Yeah.
Grandad wagon.
The Grandad. It will be on track eventually, but due to this lockdown bollocks, we can't take it on track. It will be booked in at some point soon, and then we can move up from there with this obviously budget build and stuff. The coilovers cost us £8, didn't it? 80 quid?
Second hand.
For a set of BC coilovers, second hand. We just got to clean them up, stick them on as well. And as you can see, we are at Costa. Gonna get a hot chocolate to start the day off. So guys, as you can see behind us, we have the Mondeo. Obviously it's very, very dirty. It's been sat under the tree outside for ages. And we also have the BC racing coilovers to go on. We're going to do the front first, so obviously get the top mounts off, car jacked up, and then get the new ones on. We've got to clean them up a little bit. They're a bit rusty and stuff. They come off a different Mondeo, same chassis though. and he also snapped one of the bits as well, so we have to use the original top mount out of this one. So hopefully we don't break it when we take it off out the back. And yeah, it's just get ready for track and see whether it'll actually make it there. That'll probably be a good idea, because it's got no fuel in it, so we've got to put some fuel in it as well at some point. Jack's looking for a set of 18-inch alloys to put on it as well. Some different tyres on it and stuff, but we could probably use these tyres for the first track. Hopefully it's going to be pretty much on its arse, because it'll look loads better and handle a lot better, because it was extremely boaty as well. So yeah, let's get on with it.
So these are the BCs in question. Not too bad, a little bit rusty, and obviously that's the bit of the top mount that got broken off down the bottom, but otherwise they look pretty nice. Not sure what the preset is on them and stuff. Hopefully pretty low, but not too low, because you know, we want to cut this arch gap down a bit, but not all the way, because going around track it's not going to work if it's actually absolutely on its arse. So as we can see, guys, the suspension is pretty rusty. It is a Ford, so that does happen. The wheels came off pretty easy though, and hopefully the top mounts will come off pretty easy. We've WD-40'd them to, you know, penetrate them, see if they can crack off a bit easier, and then they basically drop straight out. So hopefully it won't be too hard. Right guys, as you can see, I've taken the top bolts out of the top mount, and Jack's taken the parts of the bracket off, but unfortunately we couldn't kick it down enough to actually get it out, so it's going to be a drive shaft off job. So I've got the end of the, oh Jesus, the shaft off, the bolt off the end, and now we're going to have to take the whole hub off, get the drive shaft out, and then lift up the shock and the spring attached to it. But yeah, it's going to be a difficult job on an old rusty car. Now I've got to go do some steering so Jack can pull it out, and a lot of swearing is going to begin. Okay guys, so it was an absolute ball ache. It's taken us about half an hour to get this out. So what we had to do is basically bash the shit out of the hub to get it off, undo the drive shaft to get the lower arm to drop out as well, and obviously undo the parts for the top mount. So if we walk over here, we've put the new, well, the newer shock to go on next to the old shock, and as you can see it's going to be absolutely slammed to the floor. So that is the old shock, that is the new BC coilover to go on. There's a massive difference in the size of the springs as well as the, you know, the preset and stuff as well. It's going to be very much in the arch. Hopefully it's going to be a lot easier on this side, but it's not going to be, I can guarantee that. And hopefully it'll be a little bit easier to put it back in, but it probably won't either as well. Right, so we can see that it's actually a lot easier to get the new one in because it's so much shorter. Put the top mount on, and now we just slide it in. So as soon as we've got it all properly bolted up, we'll actually explain exactly what we've got to do to get the next one out. It should be a lot easier on the other side because it's a shorter drive shaft. Right guys, so it was a massive pain in the arse, but it is on, and we're about to lower the car down. While it's actually continuously still light, but it's not going to be light for long. Let's see what it looks like. Oh. It's not that much different. Okay, so it has dropped it quite a bit. Like if you look at that arch gap there, and then come round here and have a look at that arch gap, it's nowhere near the same. So it has dropped it down, and we also have only dropped one corner, so it should be a lot lower when we've actually finished. And there you go, guys. We obviously had a massive problem fitting the coilovers. We fit one side
and then the other side just didn't work. That's what it is, guys. Unfortunately, the Mondeo has been scrapped. It was a very sad thing, but onto bigger and better things. So if you like the video, please do hit the like button underneath. If you are new, then subscribe as well and hit the bell notifications underneath. And we'll see ya in the next one.
Pull up in the gold, I'm leading. But them other man need feeding. I don't wanna go Bombay. Them I don't know what I do when I go from Beeling. Leading the pack in black and I'm on with the bat. Snapping with the phone and